sitting here working on the edit of this video, and man, I don't like it. You know, we don't film every motor that we get, and definitely wanted to do a video on this one because I thought it was going to be really cool. And then, man, this video is going to show you what happens when you don't research your parts. I don't purchase parts. I install what comes in, and like on a Wegner kit, it's I think 6 weeks out from when you order it to when it shows up. So in those 6 weeks, I've already got your motor built. I've already got your motor painted. I'm waiting on your front end kit, and then your front end kit comes in, and it doesn't work with the parts you sent and stuff like that. This LS7, probably a pretty decent motor, but also like that 502 that we did. Both these motors, the 502 and the LS7, were supposedly in cars running, ready to run, but man, they were missing so many parts, and so many things have been done incorrectly, or just corners had been cut, and it's very frustrating on our end. You know, when I get a motor in and I'm told that it just needs like clean up and paint, and then it turns into just a full build, and it takes longer than we expected. And anyway, like I said, we don't film all of them. I kind of wish I had to film this one, but I did. So follow along with us, and you can see what happens when, you know, things just don't go right. I mean, in the end, the guy's got a good engine. He's getting a good little package, but he's gonna have to make some more changes down the road. We can't just keep it in the shop and keep throwing parts at it because, you know, you bought this and this didn't fit, and now you want this and that doesn't fit. So it's kind of how it goes. But we appreciate everybody watching, and thanks for the support out there, and let's get to the video. All right, so we just had this one dropped off. This is a LS7. It has a nice Holley front end kit, have a little air intake deal, and it has the MSD, does it say Air Force? MSD Air Force intake. We're just getting it kind of stripped down. This one's going to be, from what I understand, clean up, paint, and it's getting a LSA supercharger on it that's ported. I already have it here in the shop, and it's got whatever transmission this is. I've said it 1,000 times. I'm not a transmission guy, but anyway, so we're going to get it parted out, and we're going to do one like a little quick inspection. I'm going to pull valve covers to make sure. It's already got supposedly some kind of, you know, cam thing. You know, it's already got the ARPs on it. It's got the big old nasty rusty looking ARPs, and yeah, that's what we're doing to this one. It's got some kind of throttle body. I don't know. I almost thought that was a solar, but I don't know. It looks like more of an SC. I don't know who SC is. Anyway, getting it parted. We got the intake off, and I don't know if you can see. It's kind of dark back here, but
you see the porting in it.
Yeah, they've been ported.
Nice.
So cool. And I pulled the tensioner. Cool thing about these Holley kits, if you pull the tensioner off, you can get to all 3 water pump bolts on this side. All 3 water pump bolts on that side are accessible without pulling any off. Pull this thing off as one unit, make your life easy. I like it. It's about to yank it off real quick, no big deal. Let's get a plier. So Dad got this one off. I got the Holley kit off. He's working on getting that one off. So it has dual springs, so I'm gonna say they're 660s. No trunnion upgrade, but you know, whatever. You do you. We got the LSA supercharger. It's gonna look pretty tough once everything looks crappy right now, but
Once it's built, it's coming back.
that thing sits up high. Wow. Like the LT4 blowers are very, very like low. This thing it's sticking up in the air.
Yeah. Big man.
It's a big one, and it's got, look at the rotors in the back. It's got some rotor things. It's been ported by probably Kong, I'm sure. It looks like one of their jobs. It looks new. I mean, it's hogged out. That thing's huge. It is huge. Crazy. All right, so we got the transmission busted off this one. I don't know what kind of converter this is, but she fancy. She is fancy. And then it's got this racing stuff here. John Force thing. That's crazy. Yeah. They got it on right though. This side must face transmission. Good job on that. Cool. Everything's paint marked.
Yeah, that's good.
But we're gonna do a full inspection. This turned into a little bit bigger job than originally intended, but it's okay. Getting there. Got the rear cover off. This is the first one we've had of this. I watch these guys on YouTube. They do really good work, but it's Race Proven Motorsports. It's one of their cams. You have to look it up and see exactly what it is. But yeah, cool. Just continuing with the inspection process. Everything looks good. See no issues anywhere. All right, so I got the oil pan off on the LS7. The windage tray was cut, more likely for the muscle car oil pan. We used to cut them back in the day a long time ago. Whoever cut it did like a Ray Charles style job on it.
Yeah.
They just kind of murdered the shit out of it. But that's okay.
It works. Yeah.
It's missing a bolt here for the oil pump, and they've shot, looks like a bunch of silicone or something in there, which we don't do. We rely on the O-ring that goes with it.
Yeah.
And you put the, a lot of the oil pumps only have a spot for one bolt. This one did. This one is threaded for
Two bolts. I don't know why
two bolts.
Forgot that bolt.
But yeah,
It's necessary to have it.
I would have put it in there, but
Yeah.
everything looks clean. This motor has a smell to it, kind of like I don't know, like they're running some kind of race gas. We pulled, what was that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 8 quarts of oil out of it, because we've already pumped it once.
My second time we pumped it.
It's the second pump. And that's the white wall tire that it was sitting on when we got it.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. It's a white wall. But yeah. So to run, this is the spacer. This is the spacer that they use to space the crank pulley bolt. This is a crank pulley bolt spacer. It was sitting just like that, and you torque it down to a bazillion foot-pounds of torque. But everything looks new. Everything looks nice and new. It's got the ARPs. There's ARPs there. The rods are ARPs. Yeah, the main cap bolts are not ARPs. Those are GM. So this is a stock, I'm gonna say this is a stock GM crank, but upgraded rods because of the ARPs. Yeah.
Unburnt fuel mixing with oil.
It's a little sludgy down there.
Yeah, it is kind of sludgy.
Sludgy, you'll have to
Take that off.
Oh yeah. Story of my life is taking everybody's shit apart. Okay. All right, so we got a paint cover about to put on the front. Dad's gonna do some aluminum foil work on the bottom because we do not have an LS paint pan. And I don't know what color this guy wants his oil pan. Just trying to get a few things done. These are coming back off. The guy is ordering some type of trunnion upgrade. I don't know if it's gonna, we don't know what's happening. I'm real concerned with this one bolt being different. I hope it's not some cross-threaded, we don't know. Anyway, we'll figure it out. That oil pump that was missing the bolt that looked like it had some silicone or something, we don't know what they did. It was missing a bolt. The O-ring was broken half, and they just pookied up a bunch of, you see it? Just junk. So we didn't want to trust this pump, so we had the guy order a new pump. I got new bolts for all that. I got the plastic insert, so we have to use the locator. It can just pop right in. Dad just got through cutting a new windage tray. The previous one was cut by Ray Charles, and it just looked like, it looked like shit.
Kind of rusty too.
It's rusty, but rusty don't matter. It's going in the oil pan. But anyway, yeah. And then we did pull this bolt out. That's the wrong bolt, or just what I don't know. I'm going behind people. Who knows? There's nothing wrong with the threads. Everything's cool with that. So the guy did order LS7 rockers. These are the Michigan ones. They're similar to CHEs, I guess. I don't know if it has needle bearings.
And new bolts.
And new bolts, so
Get rid of that stupid bolt.
we get rid of that dumb bolt. I don't know how these are captured, but this is what he ordered. I mean, I use CHE for everything.
Get one open here. You know what you're looking at, but I don't. Let's see what they've done here. It looks like a nice one.
I believe it still has a needle bearing in it, but it's captured.
It's captured.
But like I said, this is cool. You know, I give people options sometimes. I'm like, hey, you can order this, this, or this, and I would have just kept these and put the CHEs in, but whatever. Got a new front seal. Got a new front seal cover. Gasket. Oh, here's the O-ring right here. There it is. That's how they had it in there.
Yes.
So this thing was going to have some oiling issues at some point. Don't pay attention to the pan. That is a LT pan that's just been thrown on there so Dad can do his paint work. But we're about to pull it back off to put the windage tray because we didn't know the guy wanted a new windage tray. Yeah. LS life here. We're living the LS life. It's great. All right, so this is why I hate going back after another shop. That one bolt that was different, we now know why. They used the wrong socket or something on these, and they've got them torqued down way too much. We're using a breaker bar to get them off. I broke 2 sockets already. The issue is the ones that are like this one's still tight. The right size, these are 8mm. You can probably try 5/16. The socket is just, they've rounded them off. They're just walking. So we're gonna have to cut the rockers off, maybe, or weld like a decent nut to these and then get them off that way if it doesn't break off into the cylinder head. LS shit show here, going behind, you know, probably some big name shop that we've never heard of. Great. Got them all out. Jesus Christ. Some people should never touch a fucking tool. Let the guy know the price has definitely gone up. Been at this all day. But we ain't got to pull the heads. Fuck. Alright, back on the LS7. On a previous episode of why people shouldn't own or touch tools, we got all the factory rockers off, which took all day. They were torqued down to something just stupid, and then somebody had rounded off all the bolts. So the guy had bought new LS7 rockers. These are the Michigan Motorsports. These have some sort of trunnion in it. I don't think there's a needle bearing in there from what I've read with Michigan Motorsports, but anyway, we got all those done. Everything's lubed up. Everything's torqued to spec. For the guy that torqued these down to 100 foot-pounds, it's 22 foot-pounds is all you need. I know I don't torque specs anymore, but that really pissed me off. We got our new rear seal in, new rear seal gasket. That's all been torqued down. We're gonna button up the front, I think, and that puts this one a little bit closer to the paint. We got more paint for it. Okay, we got our new oil pump installed. This one is the one that they had broken somebody had broke the O-ring. Here where it goes in, the pickup tube goes in, and they had shoved a bunch of silicone in there, so there was silicone inside the pump. So this motor would have probably never survived and would have exploded. So we recommended a new pump, gas and a new pump. New pump has been installed.
I don't have to go any different.
Yeah, it's just not.
Anyway.
It's good. All right, so we're back on the LS7. Dad's getting the fast forward. We already got the oil pump up.
Pan.
Oil pan's on, oil pump, windage tray, all that good shit's done. Dad's putting the coils on. Man, would y'all get a load of this? Check this out. This guy, one of these stupid valve covers that we don't like to use. You want to put oil in your car? Pull the coil off. That is awesome.
That's awesome, man.
That's awesome. These coils have to go like this. The angle here is for like a stock coil. He's running China MSD. So China MSD runs straight up and down. This is awesome. Go put oil in your car, pull the coil off. Matter of fact, before you even do that, you got to pull your secondary valve cover off because you bought stupid valve covers. So pull the secondary valve cover off, then pull your coil off, then you can put oil in your car. So awesome. All right, we've got the transmission bolted up, and we're back on the awesome Wegner kit. And here we go, folks. Look right there. That bolt is never gonna go in. Matter of fact, went to go put the AC compressor on, and they got so much powder coat stuck in the threads you can't put the bolt on, so we're gonna send it back. Wegner, quit buying them, they're junk. So here we go, Mr. Wegner. We're now having to run a tap into your stuff because you don't block out your thread holes when you powder coat. Awesome. All right, we're checking in with the piece of shit Wegner kit. You saw these metal shavings here? It's coming out of your water pump there, Wegner. It wasn't tapped correctly for the bolt you opened to stick in. Look at all the metal shavings pouring out of the back of it. The alternator will not fit because whatever. I guess this ain't Wegner's fault. It's the valve cover's fault. So and that won't clear the valve cover. Because there's $3,000 worth of shit. All right, Wegner. You also did not include the hardware for this. This bolts here, right there. Y'all didn't give us hardware to bolt that up with. That's cool. And then, because the guy wanted these fancy valve covers, you have to pull your alternator off to put the oil on, and then now your coil won't even fit.
We just let it hang.
Man, I'll tell you what, I think the coil's gonna fit anymore with the alternator on.
No, it's not.
So you have an alternator with a 7-cylinder motor. They don't have oil in it, because you can't put oil in it without taking the alternator back off. This thing's gonna be a gem, real gem. All right, with a lot of issues and stuff that doesn't work, we got the Wegner kit on, and it's probably gonna come back off because, like I said, you can't put oil in the motor. It's just stupid. Not Wegner's fault on that, probably valve cover's fault, don't know. It looks kind of okay. I've never done an LS Wegner kit, but they don't have any cover for the tensioner. It was missing bolts for the bracket that goes here. A lot of issues with it. Paint-wise, supercharger and all that stuff turned out great. Dad did an awesome job on that. I wish y'all could see the valve covers. They're boxed up, but they look really cool. They won't work, but they look cool. They won't work because they hit the AC compressor, and they're gonna hit the alternator. But anyway, it's been a hell of a day. I'm tired of looking at this one, and I'm glad we're shipping it off. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe, like, share, ring the notification bell. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.